tell you good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one, yeah. Susceptible lies before the moment flies.
Well, hello everyone. Pandi here of Pandi's Hair Candy and more. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, welcome. If you are already chat family with me, welcome back. As you can see, today I am not alone. I have a special guest with me. I have with me today Joy of Be the Difference Clothing. So today is all a one-on-one conversation with our fellow content creators here on the platform, and Joy is going to be allow me to interview her and answer a few questions, give us some tips and tricks, tools of the trade, and see what we can learn to apply here to our YouTube channels. So welcome, Joy. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Good to see you. Thank you for having me here. I hope I can help a little bit.
Of course. Thank you so much for taking me up on the invitation. I appreciate that. So appreciate that. Well, I am not going to take up too much of your time. I have a few questions that I selected just for you.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the interview and then find out a little bit more about your channel.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Awesome. All right. So my first question for you is, can you tell us a little bit about the back behind Be the Difference Clothing?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, what brought you to social media?
Absolutely. So it all started with a little bit of exercise and a little bit of being transparent. Like, guys, it's very important to be transparent just in general. Honesty equals freedom. It's a t-shirt that I did make. It's simple messaging. And pretty much it started off with me admitting that I go to the gym and that I eat snacks, Snickers bars, ice creams, and everything after the gym. This was 6 or 7 years ago. And someone on my Facebook, once I posted that, was like, "Oh, you should make that a t-shirt." And I was like, okay. And that's pretty much how Be the Difference Clothing was incorporated off of that one t-shirt. So do you see how important it is and how encouraging we all can be and not even realize what you can help start? But it started with me. And it's important that we all remember that it starts with you. And if you can be transparent, then everything that's supposed to fall into line and in place for your purpose will be made known. Now, had I kept that to myself, and I mean, it was a burning desire just to admit that, right? Had I kept that to myself, maybe Be the Difference wouldn't be as progressed as it is now. You probably wouldn't even know me yet on YouTube. But that was pretty much how the journey started. And I haven't stopped. And one other thing about me is I'm very disciplined. I contribute and thank my parents for that. I'm very disciplined. When I start something and I have my name behind it or on top of that thing or responsible for it, I'm not going to stop. You know what I mean? I want to see it through and see how far it can go. So that's just a little bit about how Be the Difference Clothing got incorporated.
Wow, that is awesome. Oh my goodness. So you've been doing this for 7 years?
I guess so. I incorporated in 2013. 2014 was trademarked. The logo was trademarked. And then I started really deciding to sell in 2014. Mhm.
My goodness, that is awesome. Congratulations. So inspirational.
That's 8 years.
So inspirational.
It's 8 years. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's 8. That's a little over 7.
Oh gosh.
That's good. That is good. Oh my God. Okay, so then my next question for you is, you said you incorporated in 2014, 2015. So can you talk to us a little bit about the importance of branding
Oh,
and
sure.
really taking your business seriously incorporating. Can you talk to us about that a little bit?
Sure. So when I incorporated in 2013, it was August. So that's why it's like 8 years now. August of 2013. I believe as African Americans and even as a female, um, I always think that people expect more or less, but I always feel like, well, if you present yourself as a business or if you present yourself in a way that people can take you seriously, then they will want to buy from you more. But long story short, people will buy anything from anyone. Like that's just the nooks and cranny of it. But if you want to have longevity and, be legitimate, you do want to incorporate. So I would recommend if you want to incorporate, you can go to your state's website and check in start a business or type in start a business or whatever, and they will give you the format. They will also have you put in the name that you want and will let you know if that name is taken or not. And then you get your registration, your certificate, and then you start paying the bills. Okay. There are fees associated with it. Every state, I believe, is a little different. For the state of New Jersey, I don't know for sure if it's still the same, but I paid $150. And then every year they want you to pay a fee just to make sure you're still using the work or you're still using the business name. And I'm like, well, I pay taxes, so I am. But it's just like they want you to pay certain registrations yearly. And of course, you want to pay your taxes. Depending on what you are selling, you have state taxes or you have no taxes. So again, every state is different. Don't go based off of me unless you're in New Jersey. Don't go based off of what I'm saying. Just remember, I did say go to your state's website for the incorporation. They do have a section.
Awesome. Great advice. Great advice. Now, I know you mentioned you kind of started, a friend made a recommendation to you on Facebook. So, did you start on Facebook and then come to YouTube? How did you make that transition? And what did that entail? And was it difficult?
Like 8 years ago, Facebook wasn't what it is today. You know what I mean? So 8 years ago, I was just closing out of managing an artist. You know what I mean? So I had already understood what it is to run a business, help people start a business. So I already had that background thanks to them. I'm not even upset about the split, but like thanks to them, I learned everything, how to incorporate, how to trademark. I learned all of that. And I had to because I was doing it for the artist. And so let me think. I went from wait, hold on. I actually went from Facebook to production. And when I say production, I had to find different companies that I could put my shirts or get my shirts made from. That's how I started. And then I ran into my mentor early on who was doing it himself. And he taught me pretty much how to do it, how to make a shirt, how to print a shirt. And he was like, you should consider doing it for yourself. And that's really what happened. So I went from Facebook idea. Then I said, well, I have to incorporate. Now that I've incorporated, now I need a website. So, because there wasn't any like Facebook shops. It wasn't like that. Instagram, I don't even think Instagram was really Instagram right now. It was more so pictures. And then I just said, okay, I'll just post my pictures and get my graphics up and go to vending events because that's how I primarily get all of the proceeds for the business. All of the sales come from vending events. And other than that, I still do everything now. Now Facebook has the um the shops. So now my my website integrated with Facebook. Somehow I was grandfathered in before Facebook started professionally doing shops. You could actually have your Instagram, but your Instagram had to be connected to Facebook in order for you to put the shop on Instagram. So that's how I ended up getting my shop on Instagram. I had to do it through Facebook. So, but now it's different. They want you to meet so many different requirements. You have to have pictures in a certain format. You have to have certain wording. You have to have a website now, or you could use their Facebook shop as your website. So there's pretty much a few different things that you can do. My main site is my website. While I have all these subsidiaries, I still perform primarily through my website. So if you click on Instagram product, with the little, shopping bag, if you click on that, it's still going to lead you back to the website. So I just, there's so many different ways you can do it, guys. I would not recommend if you're starting out having a website unless you know that there's going to be a high demand for your things, because there are expenses with having websites. Some websites charge you monthly, others collect for the year. So, you just got to do your math and see what works best for whatever vision you may have.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, and then oh my God, that was a wealth of information. So that's a blessing you got grandfathered in. Now my next question, can you tell us a little bit about what type of products you sell through your company?
Sure. And one other thing I forgot to mention too. So we went from website to Instagram, and then I had this idea of utilizing regular individuals like you, myself, and putting it on YouTube, because YouTube was a platform where people watch videos of it was a series that I called Our Lives Seen Through My Eyes. So I went from that, and that's how I ended up on YouTube. Then a couple of years went by before I started posting, before I really started posting other type of content. I got a little discouraged because I didn't get as many people who wanted to be on. Or then I started to think, well, what if their stories weren't true? How can I document this? I could get in trouble if I posted somebody's false story. So I just got a little nervous and I backed away. And then I came back with a vengeance, and now you see me here. But as far as the website goes and the products that
Now,
I branched off into literary. I have hoodies, tank tops, t-shirts, onesies, custom socks, a little bit of everything. So I consider Be the Difference Clothing a department store. I mean,
yes,
there's a category for everyone.
true. You have a lot of nice stuff. I'm going to include some clips in here as well so that people can see. Now, in addition to the clothing as well as the books, you also host, is it a daily show? It's like a daily talk show as well.
Hello, world. Yes. Come on over every day. You can catch me on YouTube daily. If you like to smile, you can catch me every single day on YouTube, whether it be an upload or just the live Hello World. Again, I utilize that as an offshoot or offspring from Our Lives Seen Through My Eyes. It's pretty much just all of us talking about everyday life and maybe thinking about things differently. The beauty of Hello World is it's not scripted. Uh, there is no method to the madness. It's just real talk. And I appreciate that. And all the people that come through, some come every day, others come once in a while. But I don't let that be a stress factor. You know what I mean? Like if I end up having 3 people in the chat or 10 people in the chat, I honestly look at the camera. I don't look at the counter. That's how I get through. I look at the camera because I really want the person who's looking at me to know that I'm talking to you. And I think that's very important. Eye contact, you know how they say when you have a conversation with somebody, you need eye contact. knock out the camera and we're face to face, I'm talking to you. Sometimes I get distracted with the comments, but I do want to respect the people who are saying hi. But for the most part, I want to utilize most of that time during Hello World talking about things that are relevant. And I'm a firm believer that our world is a beautiful place and is getting better. And if in order for other people to actually think that or even believe that, you got to see how my life is. And if my life is falling in line with what I'm talking about, then of course you got to see it's possible, right? Right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I can truly say that you do practice what you preach. I mean, we see the content, we see you acting, working out, we see you walking, exercising, you're exercising at home, you're showcasing your books, you're reading the books, and you're bringing on a lot of positive influencers and guests on the show. And it is everyday conversation. It's very motivational, very uplifting, very encouraging. That's why I thought, oh my God, Joy would be the perfect guest because you really an example of what we're striving to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like you're out pursuing your goals, your visions, your dreams, you're encouraging others, and you're out here being a productive member of society. And I just appreciate you for that. I really
Amen.
do.
And guys, in case you didn't
Yeah.
know, Candy's Hair Care and More was on Hello World too. She graced us and gave us little hair tutorials and stuff like that. So check it out.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So let me get to this next question. So we talked a little bit about the business. We talked about the backstory for Be the Difference Clothing and what brought you to social media. So my next question for you is, what tips do you have for content creators or influencers who are thinking about, branching off from brick and mortar to social media or virtual with their business? Say they are providing an actual product like yourself. What
I would
tips do you
say
have?
have a team. Be very, very, very disciplined. Keep your stuff in order, like meaning checks and balances. Keep them in order, and you can't give up. Like everybody starts from zero. And we don't really hear about that much. We always see people in their greatest, but everybody starts from zero. Everybody starts from negative and then has positive. So like don't think in your life that if you want to transition from something to another that you can't do it. Everything starts at zero. Everything. I was born at zero. You were born at zero. You have an idea. It starts from zero. Because how many times are we all blessed to have somebody just throw us a ton of money just to help us get our businesses going? How many of us know enough grant writers who are willing to give us the grants without asking for an overhead? It's not many. So definitely understand that you will start from zero, even if you're transferring from a brick and mortar to online. It's a whole different ball game. Unless you already know it and you're a genius at it, you start from zero. And even geniuses had to learn that they were geniuses to be able to do the genius things that they do. So everything starts at zero. Remember that. So it takes the pressure off a little bit. Be kind to yourself.
Yeah, is good advice. Oh my God. All right. And then let me see what my last question was. Where can the viewers find you? Where are the best places to reach you? I know we talked a little bit about Instagram, your website, YouTube. Where can we find Joy of Be the Difference Clothing
You can find me
if we're
everywhere.
looking to shop with?
If you can find me everywhere. If you want to shop, you can go right down to this website right here. Bam, 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 bam. If you want to just see what I'm doing, you want to peek and sneak, which is fine by me, you can go on Twitter. You can go on TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram. Every single last one of those platforms is under B as in boy, T as in Tom, D as in dog, LLC. So BTDLLC, any one of those platforms. I try my best primarily on Instagram and TikTok to post different content. So when you follow, you're like, oh, okay, something different. So definitely consider any of those outlets. If you want to just go ahead and shop and exclude all of that, go ahead to the website. I do have 3 books, this book, that book, and another book that are now audio versions. So if you are no longer interested in paperbacks or hardcovers, and you just want to have something to listen to in the back of your, in the background or in your car, you can go and download the audio version. And the audio version is very inexpensive. It's less than $5. And if you don't want to do that, you can always go on YouTube. I have a playlist called Audiobook. You could definitely listen to my part 1 book on YouTube for free. Otherwise, if you like paperbacks and you want my little signature, you can go to the website down here and order it that way as well. But yes, there's a little bit of everything on there. And if you see something on the site, like a size or a color that may not be available to you, just send an email or hit the contact button, and I could get that size or that color for you. So just, don't just go away because you don't see something that you want right away.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So this was great information, Joy. Thank you so much for being here today, for sharing with us and talking with us about your business, giving us tips and information on how to brand and transition from brick and mortar to online and virtual. Thank you so much for sharing this information and again for being here. Now, before we get out of here, do you have any final thoughts or any questions for me?
Sure, I do have final thoughts, but my question to you, Miss Hair Candy, Pandi, and more, is when we going to get these repurposed items? You already know I was going to ask you. You talked about it on Hello World. I want to know what's going on with that.
I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to brand it. Website is almost finalized, and I'm still trying to signature design. So it's still in the works. Baby steps. Yeah. But I am working on it, and I am so much closer time we spoke about it.
That's great. And that's
Thank
all I
you
want
for
to hear.
asking and for remembering.
Of course, I don't forget a thing. Because I was like, you better do it. I was already promoting it for you. I was like, she gonna have us up. I was already promoting it.
Yes, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. It's a process, but I'm working on it.
Good. I'm glad. And I know you're having fun with it, right?
Yes, indeed. I am.
Okay.
I am. All right.
And
Well, give us your final thought.
first, thank you, Candy, for allowing me to be here to share just a little scratching of the surface about what Be the Difference is all about. Our slogan is, it's not just clothing, it's a way of life. So whenever you are wearing a product from Be the Difference, just know that you are positively affecting those who see your messages, either affecting them in a way for them to think or just to ignite a thought that they or a goal that they probably let lay dormant. And also to encourage you, because we all look at ourselves in the mirror before we leave the house, right? Or often. So please just know that it's not just clothing, it's a way of life. It's a little different from the average type of clothing brand. And I understand it's hard for people to probably understand that or to absorb that. Um, but I appreciate all of those who do support, and just knowing that will hold what they're wearing and what they choose to wear, whether it be the Difference or something else, what you choose to wear as a way of saying, I'm subliminally affecting someone. So let me choose something better. You know what I mean? So And even if it's not clothing, the choice of words that we choose or the activities that we choose to be take part in, these are things that hopefully will help us rethink what we do, and that our world is a better place. You have to believe, because I do. So that's all I have to say. And I appreciate you guys for listening and taking a little bit of time out to hang out with us.
Of course, absolutely. Thank you so much, Joy. I always leave feeling so much more inspired and encouraged every time I hear you speak. I don't know what it is, but it is a blessing. Okay, it is just a blessing. So I again thank you and appreciate you for coming on and sharing with us. And I hope that you all have found great value in this conversation. Again, I will be sure to link Joy's contact information as well as her social media platforms in the description box of the video so that you guys can follow her if you don't already have her. Until next time, guys, we're going to bring this show to a close. Found one staying, and I will see you all in video. Bye-bye.
In this moment,
Yes.
I cannot say what's wrong or right.
No.
It's not hard to fool me,
No.
'cause I'm addicted to the good life.
Yes.
Yeah, lead the way, I follow. No need to say
No.
where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all, to the edge of it all. So tell your